Hey.
That is Coco Janelle, and I am Sunshine.
How y'all
doing? Welcome to Suddenly Single. So today, as you know, we are going to be talking about disrespect in a relationship.
Yes, but first, what wine are we doing today?
Okay, so it is a sweet. Is this a sweet red? It's called Santa Rita 120. It's a sweet red wine, and we are going to try it because this is our last day for red.
Okay, now.
Okay. All right. And we also have a quote that we're going to start off with today.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as we finish doing our little drink. All right. If anybody has any wine out there, how about you all join us in a glass? We are going to toast to the end of February.
Listen, Sunshine, what are we going to be drinking next week? Are we still going to be on reds or are we moving?
We're going to move. What do you want to do? You want to do white or do you want to do drinks?
I'm scared of you with drinks. Let's do white.
So we're going to do white, some type of white wine. Not sure what just yet, but maybe like I don't know. We'll figure it out. Chardonnay or something. So, toast to the show. I don't know what number this is. Do you know what number show
I know, and I forgot.
We're a little mellow right now because we got a little relaxed before the show started.
Nothing like getting relaxed before the show.
I should be on top of that too. I should know what episode it is.
That's not bad.
That is good.
It's very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, you don't have to have a cork for it to be good.
Mm-mm.
This is a screw top.
That's good.
And here's our little kitty right here.
Stay away from those kitty shots.
We need to stay away from kitty tonight.
Listen.
You better not cuss.
I'm not going to cuss. And remember, after the show, you can always meet us at 45th Street Pub, Route 130.
Pensauken. With some wangs.
Wangs. They're not just wings, they wangs.
Wangs. They delicious.
They be so good.
And they look forward to us being there every week.
They do.
They always ask us.
Although me and Sunshine,
everything.
After like 5 wings, we're full anyway. So,
so we will share.
Yes, definitely.
Oh wait, yours is down. Mine is not down low.
I put mine down low.
Okay, so I'm gonna share real quick. Hopefully it'll work.
I'm sharing too.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a.
When do you hit the push share? Just now?
I just hit share.
Now? Okay, I did it now.
I don't know. Maybe I did it wrong. I don't know. Did I do it?
I don't know.
Anyway, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get started.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give a quick quote at the beginning because, as we said, we were talking about disrespect in a relationship. So you can't force someone to respect you, but you can refuse to be disrespected.
That's right.
So that's how we're going to start our show off. And so we have an article that we pulled up. I'm not saying who it was by.
Let me see, because I may know who this was by.
Okay. So basically, what is disrespect? Okay. So we can't really define disrespect without giving you the definition of respect. So respect is defined by most dictionaries as deep admiration for someone. But the concept of respect encompasses so much more than just admiration. The essence of respect entails honoring a person's feelings, needs. It also involves taking into consideration and assigning importance to a person's desires, goals, and thoughts and behaviors.
And this was actually taken off of something called study.com. So
okay. So when a person feels disrespected, they may feel that they're not valued, that they might experience some form of abuse, whether it be mental, verbal, or physical. They are blamed a lot or humiliated by a person who says that they love them. So those are some of the definitions that we've come across.
That's the definition, but I think that with everyone, it's kind of hard when you're first disrespected because it's like you want to handle it, especially if it's in a new relationship, and you want to put a stop to it, and you have to do it quick and swift. But I think that it's still a shocking moment. Like, no, he or she didn't.
But sometimes it's subtle. You don't even realize it.
I know. That's
it's
so
subtle that you might have this conversation with someone, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's why I told you. You did if you would have did this, then da 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 da. So
and then
that's
you
the
be
first
thinking
sign.
to yourself, now what now? Now what?
So okay, so moving into the conversation that's in the article, it says the first sign is often lack of regard for another person's freedom and space. So say that you are dating someone and this person keeps calling you or upset that you're out visiting with your friends or hanging out with your friends, that is a form of disrespect because they're not giving you your personal space and time to enjoy with your friends or family or whoever outside of them.
And you know something? I hate to always keep going back to, because there was a lot of things I think in my previous marriage that I didn't notice. So if you're out with a girlfriend and I think
your bum ass bitches. Oops.
Yeah, that's what my ex called my girlfriend's bum ass bitches. But yeah,
We're not gonna do it.
we're not gonna do that. But
No, we're not gonna do it.
because that he really did call him that, and I was even with that I was taken aback. Like, wait, that's what you think of my friends? But I was at a restaurant, and the waitress actually came over to me and said that my husband was on the phone and was looking for me, and I was like, no, not me. You know,
Because I'm at a restaurant.
yeah, with my girlfriend. She's like, oh yes, it's you because he described your outfit. That's no respect. I was so embarrassed. I did do deer in headlight because it wasn't even faked. That was just it. I was just so shocked. So that was no respect because it's not like I got together with them a whole lot. And this was my girlfriend that I call actually my younger sister in particular. So
hey, hi Lenora.
hey, so it was embarrassing, and I was actually shocked. So
yeah, so that's disrespecting your personal space.
Yeah,
but
I didn't see it like that at the time. I mean, I was mad because the waitress came over, but I didn't.
Subtle disrespect.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you don't recognize it at the first sign. You might just think, okay, he's just making sure I'm okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. which is what a lot of women would think.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Men and women, because this probably has happened to men too.
I know.
You know, you out hanging out with your boys, and all of a sudden you at the bowling alley, and then you get a phone call on the loudspeaker, such and such. Please come to the front desk.
And that's too much because my thing is this: if you wanted to really make sure that he was okay, you could have just texted him and left it at that. Babe, you okay? Don't call nobody on the loudspeaker.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do that. That's embarrassing.
It is.
Okay, so the next one is another sign is a lack of respect for one another's time. So, be on time. If you say that you're going to be here at 7 o'clock to pick me up and I'm ready at 7 and you don't get here till 9,
with no call,
that's disrespect.
I agree.
That is so disrespectful.
And what you have to realize is this: I don't know about men, but I know women. We have things to go to, like weddings. We plan this out. We plan out the whole outfit. We can plan it down to the shoe.
Exactly. And the makeup.
Yes, that's so true. Makeup, color coordinator. So please be there on time, or at least have the common courtesy to make a phone call.
And don't always be late. Like sometimes people are always late. Not just men or not just women. You say that you're going to be here to pick me up or meet me at a specific place at a specific time. Don't have me waiting. That is like a pet peeve of mine. And some friends that know me know that is so true. Like, I'll call you and be like, where you at?
I know, I'm waiting a lot. Was that to me? I felt a dagger.
Listen, no, that wasn't to you. That was to somebody that might be listening.
Okay.
And they know. Because I've been like, hello.
I just think that when you're late for a certain event, especially the weddings, you don't miss the advertising.
No, but not even just that. Like, you can just be meeting me for drinks. And you say, I'm going to be there at this time. Make sure you're there at that time. And I'll get there at that time. And you still not there. And about 45 minutes later, here you come with flowers. Talking about, I'm sorry I'm late.
I'd be a little upset too.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. And I made it known.
Oh.
And they still was late a second time.
I know.
So, you should not ever be late. If you're going to be late, because things happen, don't be late for dates, events, cancel. Don't even cancel at the last minute. Because that's disrespectful. Because if
so
you
too.
say that you're going with me to a specific event and then all of a sudden you're not able to go, you knew 2 days ago that you
weren't going to be able to go, or you weren't going to be on time. So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, things happen, but you can make that phone call to say that I'm going to be late.
Okay.
All right. So a third sign would be lack of attentiveness to the other's needs for safety. I'm gonna let you answer.
So, because they talk about, and this article was found on study.com in case you wanted to look it up yourself. Like, suppose you're riding on a motorcycle, but I'm going to even go more realistically. Suppose you're riding in a car, and the person is driving real fast, music all loud. Livestock is real.
What is it?
Livestock.
What is it?
In Philadelphia, it'll stop you. You could be DWB.
Driving while black.
Yeah. So my thing is this.
Light skin.
There you go. Well, even if you light skin, you still black girl. Yeah. So
it happens, I'm sure, to white people, don't you think?
I think it does, but it happens more to people of color. So my thing is, don't do that while somebody who's already expressed to you about that in the car. Like, please don't do that. And you're still doing it. Music all loud. You're basically screaming, "Pull me over." You're not having any respect for me. Exactly. Like, I could be afraid of that. Like, so.
All right. So we have some return listeners who are responding.
All
right. So, hi, Mr. Joe. He said that if you are late for a first date for no reason means that there might not be a second date.
You better tell him, Mr. Joe.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, me too.
And then, what did Rashida say? 1 second. Let me go up. Oh, she's saying, hello. Hi, Rashida. And then it says, Mr. Joe said, you have to set some perimeters. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Which is true.
Hey, Rashida. Yes, I agree.
Okay. So, yeah, you have to feel safe when you are with that person.
Yeah, because you would make me not want to drive with you anymore.
Not at all. Not at all. Nor would I feel safe. Like, what if you're out and you're with someone and you don't feel protected? Like, if somebody was to come up and try to either rob you, or what if that person is not a fighter and you didn't even realize that at the time?
And my thing is this: with some people in some past dates, I already psychologically put in my mind, okay, if something go down, I'm gonna have to fight.
I don't mind helping you fight if I gotta help you fight.
But I shouldn't be carrying the whole thing by myself. Let's be Bonnie and Clyde.
Yes, all the way.
But
Bonnie and Clyde, we saw that before.
Yes, but don't let me just be Bonnie.
This is Bonnie and Clyde up in here. You don't know?
Listen, me and Sunshine was actually at a cookout, pool, nice atmosphere. Something went down, and the girls were her guy, and that's what she said. This is Bonnie and Clyde over here.
And look, I got his back no matter what.
My mouth was open like, what the?
And she had his back.
Yes. Somebody had pushed his ass in the pool.
If she's listening, hey girl, I'm not going to call your name out, but hey! You know what I'm talking about. Anyway.
So yeah, I you do want to feel protected.
You want to definitely feel protected. Not only on the outside of your relationship in case something happens, but you also want to feel protected from that person.
Yes.
Like, you want to make sure that that person is not being disrespectful to you, male or female.
Or your friends.
That they're going to protect you from themselves.
Like, you shouldn't be calling your friends names like broke down bitches.
And he shouldn't be calling you a bitch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At all. That's disrespectful.
Totally.
Not even in front.
No. Well, but we all learn.
Anyway. So, the next one is lack of consideration of boundaries. This takes us back to last week.
It does.
When we were talking about boundaries. So,
this has to do with the phone, because ladies, I know sometimes that we all like to do the whole detective thing. But
don't do that.
Don't go searching for something that you don't want to find.
No, because what are you going to do with that answer?
And what are you going to do with that information? What are you going to do with it?
What you going to do with it?
Because you were snooping.
Yeah, if you do not want to lose your relationship,
And it may be something that's actually explainable that you're looking at that, you know what I mean? You may not be able to recognize the explanation, but it may be totally innocent. So, yeah.
Hello, Lisa McClendon. She's saying red flags.
Hey, Lisa, that's my girl.
So, yeah, those, I think, are red flags. You shouldn't be going through somebody's phone.
No.
You shouldn't be going through their email, text messages, anything like that. If you are feeling that you can't trust that person, then maybe that person
is not for you. No. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. Uh-oh. That's not for you, boo.
Not at all. You gotta keep it moving. Now, if you're married, what if you're married and you're asking these questions?
If you're married and you're asking these questions, what I would say is file it in the back of your mind, and everything in the dark will come to light.
Yeah.
And I never used to realize that, but it will.
It will definitely come to light.
Yes.
So, maybe counseling, because as you know, we do not promote separation or divorce at all, because there's nothing out here, people.
Yeah.
Nothing out here.
Yeah.
You can stay in here and stay in it and work it out. Work it out.
But my thing is this:
mental or physical.
Yes.
abuse.
Then it's time to go.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one is a need to always be right is another sign of disrespect, and I think that a lot of people are, including me, guilty of this, because you might be having an argument and you just have to get your point across no matter what, because you know in your heart and your mind that you are right.
But listen, I have to say this. Sometimes it feels good, especially if the other person is right a lot, to be like, okay, this time I was right.
Yeah, but you don't have to continue that argument. Sometimes your point can be proven without you saying it.
That's so
God darn thing. You could just be like, I told you.
And you could, listen, you don't even have to say it. You could do it with eye motion, like she said.
You don't even got to say, I told you. You could just smile and be like,
Or say something like this, hubba, hubba.
Because, I mean, I've had arguments and fights to the death, trying to be right. Sometimes you don't have to be. You really don't.
Or, sometimes you know you're right and you don't need to say anything.
Mm-hmm. Because it's going to come out no matter what. So, and unfortunately, when you're trying to be right, you can be disrespectful to that person.
Sometimes,
because you're trying to make them look stupid, and that you know that you're right. You don't have to make that person look stupid. Just sit back to the side and just wait until the truth comes out.
Yeah.
And observe. And then when it comes out and they looking at you like, yup, you can just go, I know, baby. And give them a kiss on the cheek. And pat them on the shoulder.
Or just be like, hubba, hubba.
Hubba, hubba. Be like, you owe me dinner.
Or a massage.
Or massage.
Some cashew butters. What you trying to say?
Oh, cashew butter. That's our caller that usually calls up. What is he trying to say?
Oh, they talking about why they be late.
Oh, cashew butter wanted to explain the male's point of view.
Whatever.
So what did he say? What's the excuse?
Work.
Okay,
Basically.
well just text if you're gonna be late. Cashew. That's it. Just text. Just send running a little late, and it'll be understandable. But I think it's kind of.
You can call. You can do
text
everything.
Or call,
but sometimes people. I've seen it happen. Not saying that cashew butter did it. Not saying that anybody else has done it. But I've seen people say, I'm 5 minutes out.
And really don't be 5 minutes
And really
out.
don't be 5 minutes out. You might be half hour out, 45 minutes out. Or they might say, I was stuck in traffic. Come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't
Cashew
do that.
butter, I don't know, but I don't know if you're gonna win this argument. I understand what you're saying will work, but maybe a good idea to call or text.
Exactly. All right. Mr. Joe said, ain't nobody always right. I don't care who you is.
That's true.
Ain't nobody always
I
right.
agree.
But when you know that you're right in a specific argument, Mr. Joe,
But you know something? Sometimes
It
as
feels
women,
good to just be quiet and just sit back and watch.
sometimes as women, we always want to put it out there, like such and such. I know I was right.
Yeah, because a lot of times you men with your overpowering voices, and we get quiet, and we be like, all right, we're going to let you have that argument, but you'll see in a few minutes what happened. That's all I'm going to say. I'll be like, you was right, though. You was right. Y'all voices overpower us sometimes, and we just get quiet. We just be like, all right, you'll see in a second.
Because there's no sense of us going horse trying to out-talk or overpower them, so.
No, not at all. I'd rather overpower you in another way.
Oh, shucks. Okay.
Oh my God. Disrespect can also be exhibited through defensiveness. I'm going to let you handle that from the beginning. And I'm going to sip on my wine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, hold it. Why do I gotta handle this one? Oh no. Okay.
Because so you're having an argument, and then that person gets defensive because they know they was wrong.
Oh, and they start laying out all the kind of excuses.
Not even just that, they might throw shade on you, or make you feel guilty, or throw stuff from the past.
See, I feel kind of, because that's happened to me in previous relationships. I had to, what I want to say is this, especially to current people seeking relationships. That's not something that has to continue happening in present relationships.
No, it does not.
That's happened to me before in past relationships, and the defensiveness came up with throwing things up.
But sometimes defensiveness, I think, comes up because a person doesn't know. And they might not, they might know what a specific subject is, and you know what it is, and then they don't want to hear it, so now they're getting all defensive or they're getting defensive because they know they're wrong.
But that hurts.
The other person. Hurt people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But you gotta, in my opinion, you have to know when to bow down. Man or woman, just bow down.
And sometimes as human beings, that's hard for us to do.
I agree. But sometimes if you bow down, something else might come up.
Oh, shucks now.
And make you smile on the inside.
Hey, nothing like that makeup stuff. Hubba, hubba.
Hubba, hubba.
Hubba, hubba, hubba. Producer, what you think about that hubba, hubba?
Hubba hubba's alright.
He liked the hubba, hubba.
He all nonchalant with the hubba, hubba's alright.
I thought you meant the actual hubba bubba, not the hubba.
Hubba,
not the.
That's the gum. We talking about hubba, hubba.
Hubba, hubba.
Yeah, hubba hubba's good.
Lord have mercy. Anyway, the last one is
Lastly,
disrespecting need for financial security.
Okay, so I think that sometimes as couples, you may be working together to obtain a specific goal. Whether it be, okay, we need to get our finances in order, we're about to buy a house. We need to get our finances in order, and we're about to buy a car or get married.
Not even just that. Sometimes, and I'm not going to say
That's
all the time.
What'd you say, producer?
Men might get upset because the woman is making more money than him.
Okay.
And her credit might be better than his. So, ladies, don't be disrespectful to him if you are making more.
And
or
also,
if your credit is better than his, treat that man like a man.
If we're working together towards a goal, you know what I mean? I'm not going shopping. Don't be out here going buck wild.
At the strip club?
At the strip club or any place else, or
dollars.
At the bar, when we're supposed to be working together as a goal. Because that's disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful.
I'm making sacrifices and you need to make some too.
It's my phone going crazy.
Uh-oh. That means somebody trying to get in touch. That means somebody trying to get in touch, sunshine.
Yeah, they're trying to get their point across, but they won't call in.
Uh-oh. Call in. Listen, what's our number again? Producer, share that number with us.
215
571
9262. It's on the screen.
It's on the screen.
It's on
Oh,
what screen? Where? I see it. Anyway.
Okay, thank you.
Anyway, so we've gone through all of the signs of disrespect.
Yes.
And there were like 7 of them. And if you have any that you think are signs of disrespect, please let us know. I was wondering about signs of disrespect besides financially. What about, like, I should have wrote it down. What about you don't respect my opinion, or you don't respect my feelings on certain things? You don't respect my bodily space. What are those, like, how do you handle those types of disrespect?
You know,
like, if I'm like at the point where I'm like, listen, we've been arguing,
and I don't want to do it. I'm not feeling that way.
I'm not feeling that way. Please don't disrespect me by trying to make, because you are trying.
But you know something? What I because I know myself out here. I've been through some of that in my past marriage, but I think sometimes the man feels like it's almost like your obligation, even though we're not feeling each other. If I'm not feeling you, then no, we can't do that.
Don't.
And I had to be another person and come out of character. Like, this is not Mickey Ficky happening. You know what I mean? We're not seeing eye to eye. I can't do that if we're not seeing eye to eye.
No, and then you're looked at as being wrong.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to make up with you.
That's not making up with me.
That's not making up.
Because we still have the issues at hand. And we still haven't resolved them. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have to, like, come up with what you believe is disrespectful for you. Because these may not be necessarily anything that are deal breakers for you, what we already gave you. But you have to know what your levels of disrespect are. Like, what do you value most in your life? Mm-hmm. And when you determine all of that and come up with, this is some things that I'm not tolerating because to me it's disrespectful, name calling, mental, physical, verbal abuse, none of that is a good thing.
And my thing is this is ladies and men, you can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to, like, your whole body. Because you'll be in a relationship and you'll be so unhappy that it will cause you to physically get sick. And if you're not happy.
And look sick as well, because I used to be told that I looked like I was unhappy.
You did.
Oh, sorry. It's okay.
You look totally different now. Yay! But I mean, I was told the same thing.
Yeah, so I mean, you look sad. And I was told that even you look sad. You know, so I mean, you have to make sure that you're happy no matter what within yourself. So you have to know within yourself what makes you happy, what is disrespectful, and you have to set those boundaries. So we go back to our boundaries discussion. So
we keep going back to that too. But you have, and it's hard to sometimes, but you have to set them.
Exactly. So, hey Mimi, I see that you joined.
Hey Mimi.
This is a different Mimi. This is the original Mimi, as she says.
Hi, original Mimi.
So now that we've had this discussion on disrespect in a relationship, we're going to go on to 6 ways to show respect in your relationship. Because there are some people that just don't know how to be respectful. This one I found was, I forget what it was on, but it was written by Tiffany Brown, LCSW, on February 19th of this year. And it was posted on, I wrote it down. I'm sorry, y'all. It was on something relationships. Anyway, I can't find it. All right, so to start gaining respect, you have to demonstrate trust in that person. So if you trust that person, you'll be more respectful of that person and their emotions, and you'll be able to have conversations with that person and be able to move on from different things.
Sometimes that's hard. That's easier said than done. Because, and I know that some people say, okay, especially if you've had a mishap or a bump in the road in your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna learn to trust you. But my thing is if you don't have trust, you don't really have a relationship.
No, you don't. And this, I think, for women, I don't know about men. I can only come from my point of view as a woman, and maybe Mr. Producer can give us his thoughts on trust. Wow. But
so what if
I think that a lot of times it's harder for women to trust because we've been hurt many, many, many times.
I think it's harder for men to trust after it's been violated.
Yeah.
What do you say, Mr. Producer? Like, what if your trust has been violated? How would you get back to trusting your significant other
someone
again?
new or someone new?
It's hard.
So what do you do? What do you do?
Tell
to
be
gain that
truthful,
trust?
because
Be
me
truthful.
and you have already had this conversation.
It depends on how you feel about the person.
I know, but you previously said that it would be really hard.
It really depends on every moment. It takes the situation, how far you are in the relationship. Every situation gonna be different. You can never say how you feel. I gotta be honest. You can never say you could be a stern rock, hard as a rock. Don't play that shit type of person in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Let you be deep in love. Everything's nice. You ready to really marry this person or take it to the next level. So you never know what your threshold gonna be at any given time.
Okay. And also, something, it can cause you also, as a woman point of view, cause you to come out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Because say you're with this guy and you're deep into it.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning or the end of the relationship?
You're in the middle. And then
say this.
The ex is, well, no, just the ex is snooping around.
The ex?
The ex is snooping around. That, I mean, you're not mad at your significant other, but you have some problems with the ex. Like, what will make you
have?
Yeah, like
because
what
you don't trust that
on?
person. You trust the person that you're with,
right?
Because that person was respectful enough to
let you know.
to come to you and let you know what was going on.
But now it's like, okay, what are you still lurking around? This is the relationship between you and that person are done.
And your ass is next. Anyway. So, another way to demonstrate...
Or they claim they married. Or about to be married.
Anyway.
Maybe they trying to see if the other ex gonna be jealous.
What you mean if they're gonna be jealous?
If they're gonna be jealous?
Y'all said the ex, who's getting married? The new one or the old one?
The old one.
And they staying in touch with the old boyfriend or girlfriend?
They're trying to be in contact with you.
And
but
they supposed to be getting ready to get married.
Or
they probably trying to make it. Yeah, they probably trying to make that person.
They're trying to have some booty on the side. They're trying to have some. They're trying to have booty on the side.
They're trying to have booty on the side.
They're trying to have booty on the side.
And about to get married?
Yeah.
Because niggas is trifling. Niggas will do it. Niggas will be like, man, I don't care if she married. I'm going to still knock her off. And if that's the type of chick she is, they deserve each other.
Mr. Joe said, once you've been dissed, it's hard to forget it. And that's where the hard work comes in.
Y'all don't think so?
What?
If she the type to give it up after she married and he the type to take it after she married, they deserve each other. Let them have each other.
But an ex always makes you remember why they're an ex.
Isn't that the truth? They sure do. They sure do.
They always make you remember why they're ex. So
and remember this.
And if you've already been there twice with that person, you now remember.
I saw that look.
They're ex for a reason. You saw what look.
I saw that. It was a look in there when you rolled your eyes.
So anyway, the article. Don't be looking at her roll her eyes.
It come out late, but I see it. Y'all think I don't see it. It come out late, but I catch it.
Okay, I wasn't hiding it.
So she not hiding it because she on camera. So the article says you can demonstrate text by not texting. Trust. You can demonstrate trust by not texting or calling your partner constantly. Instead, text or call them once. Leave a message saying that you're thinking about them and that you hope to hear from them soon.
I think the one text is good because it lets the person know you're thinking about them. But when you start to do multiple, multiple, oh, what you doing now? What you doing now?
Calling them like 10 times within 10 minutes.
It's smothering. It's smothering. It's too much.
Don't do it.
Can't breathe.
That's disrespectful.
Suffocating.
Like this one is disrespectful.
Why? Because it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
That wine is disrespectful.
The wine is disrespectful, and the vodka before that was way disrespectful.
What kind did y'all have? You said
We'll
talking about that
talk
vodka.
about it later. Be mindful how you communicate. This again, we are talking about ways to show respect to your relationship, in your relationship.
Oh, shit.
So be mindful how you communicate. So communication is one of the most important parts of a relationship and one of the hardest parts. That's because being open and honest with your partner means being open and honest with yourself.
So listen, I was around a couple, and this is how he communicated.
Oh God.
And it took me by storm. I stood there like deer in the headlights. He would actually say to her, "Where the hell your hoary ass been?"
What?
That's
Hold on. Say it again.
He would be like, "Where the hell your hoary ass been?"
If he did what?
That's what he would say to the girl.
If she did what?
No, just
Nothing?
If he saw her, where the hell your hoary ass been?
She see through.
So we got a text from Cashew Butter saying, if you get in a car accident, you don't stop driving. You get in a new car and you drive again.
Okay.
That's funny.
That's things that Arsenio Hall things that make you go, Okay, Cashier.
I mean, I get it, and I get the analogy. I really do. So if you been hurt previously in a relationship, is that going to make you stop being in a relationship, get into another relationship? Is that going to stop you getting into another relationship?
This is what I did after my relationship. Now, I'm not saying I was going to stop, but this is what I said to myself. I thought of it like the whole Erykah Badu song.
Which
I
one?
think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere.
Oh.
Let me just sit down because basically I done made a big ass wrong turn. Okay? I need to sit down and think about some things. Think about what I want.
But you do that before you get into another relationship.
That's what I'm saying. So after my big fail, my epic fail, as I feel like I did with my last marriage, let me sit down and start thinking about, okay, because people can pull wool over your eyes. What do you want? You want somebody similar to your dad. Okay. That's what you need to be out there finding. Because if it's not, then, that's not who you should be with. So I sat down and I had to think about some things. I didn't get right back in the car and start driving. Wait a second. Let me start choosing some options here. Yeah. Because I done made some wrong choices. Let me see what's out there.
What type of options are out there.
Exactly.
Because I need somebody that know how to fix stuff. Somebody that will treat me like a princess or a queen.
Shut up now. Yes, girl.
Somebody that is respectful.
Hey.
And once I get... Those are just some of the things. But a woman will not have any problem treating a man like a king if she's being treated like a king.
You better preach.
Anyway.
Hey.
Hey. All right. So the next one is be reliable and accountable. Mm-hmm. That goes back to time management. So if you're going to be late,
let me know.
I don't mind you being late. It's the continuous lateness that bothers me. If you're going to be late, just call me and say, I'm running a little bit behind.
But everybody wants somebody that's reliable. Suppose I got to go on a business trip. You know what I mean? When I come back.
Suppose I need my sink fixed.
Yes. I want somebody who's there.
Please.
Yes.
I might need you to give me an oil change so I don't have to go to Jiffy Lube.
And I want you to be there to fix my
Come
sink.
cut my grass.
Don't make me have to call my daddy.
Do something. Hey. Just like men might need a woman that might cook them a meal every once in a blue moon.
I'm there to do that.
Because, once we get over a certain age and we don't have to cook for our children anymore, we might not want to cook for you all the time, sir. We may not. Hey, Willard! I see you on there. Join me. How you doing?
Hey, Willard!
So we might not want to cook after a certain.
And we don't want to keep on calling our daddies because our daddies are old now. They're minimum.
My daddy not old. My daddy take care of me.
Well, your
Hi,
daddy,
daddy.
listen, your daddy still got a couple of other things going on.
Yes, he do.
Okay, so we can't keep calling our fathers.
No, we can't.
Yeah.
But
And listen, you know who told me that?
and man, you can't keep calling your mom.
Listen, I didn't know. It's right because my little sister actually told me that. I used to ask my dad for everything. Something was wrong. Daddy, I heard something in my car.
I asked my dad too.
And she, she told me,
What?
She's like, listen, if I was your mom, I'd be hot with you.
Why?
This what she told me. She was like, because now is their time, and you are infiltrating on that. Everything you need, that man runs to. You need to give him a rest now.
No.
I felt the same way, but I had to admit that she was right. She was right. This is the time for
Mom
them.
and daddy to enjoy that time.
Yes, and I had to fall back because he can't always be my savior my whole life.
Hi, Papa H.
Hey.
Hi, Dada. Happy belated birthday.
Hey, Dada. Happy birthday, girl. So yeah, that's what we have to do. You can't be calling your daddy either for everything.
My daddy will tell me I can call him for whatever I need.
You're not supposed to. He's supposed to be living his life. He's supposed to be going to the turkey hut. He's supposed to be having a good time.
The turkey hut is really good.
I want to go. I saw the thing on Facebook.
And
then I saw y'all food. But that line be too long.
You gotta go at a specific time.
What's the time?
Like before dinner. Like a couple hours.
And then the line won't be long?
Nope. We're gonna fly out there just for the day, just to go to the turkey leg.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to.
Hey, turkey leg hut.
Hey, I saw that food and my mouth was watering. I want to go.
Encourage time apart. Please have friends outside of us, sir or ma'am. If you're a man dating a woman, you need to have some friends. Period. Period. Have some friends.
You know what I've come to think too. I think that it really does depend on the person you're with.
Why? Because if they didn't grow up with a lot of friends, they might not have any friends now.
I think just with natural progression, like a normal person is going to have to go to work. They're going to be involved in anything else. Like they may have like a radio station.
That's why you coughing.
They're just going to have their own set of stuff to do. But if somebody is always in your face saying, "I'm concentrating on you," I don't have that's when it becomes okay.
Please go home. That's why I got my own apartment.
Say, yeah.
Please go home.
It's a difficult thing then.
You gotta hang out with your friends, sir.
If you're not really that much into the
But
person, if you're just not,
if you are into that person, you might not want them up under you
it's
all
different
the time.
If the person has their own life, they have a job, they're working,
they hang out with friends, and
and then
they have a life.
You may be in the same house with the person, and you still don't see them because they have other things. When I think is have other things to do.
Exactly.
That's the difference. Have other goals in life.
Exactly. Maybe we can share in your goals eventually, but I don't need to be there for everything.
What do you feel about that, Mr. Producer?
You want somebody up under you all the time, sir?
Hell no, because he always working 24 hours a goddamn day.
I don't even want you up under me while I'm asleep sometimes. It's like, get off.
When it's cold, it's nice.
Off.
The producer sometimes is not going to be until 6 a.m. in the morning, so I don't see how his girlfriend put up with that crap.
I don't see it
either. When it's cold, it's different. But yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, what not
being up under you?
But what's wrong with on the other side? I gotta play devil's advocate. What's wrong with working too much?
Ain't no such thing.
It is. Wait a second. It says too much.
No.
What?
Because remember, Sunshine at one point when she was in a relationship, that person, when she was married, her person traveled a lot and enjoyed his time while he was working. Even though he was missed, Sunshine enjoyed that time by herself. So, I mean, you have to go, weigh your options, in my opinion.
You have to weigh your options, but it can't be too much to the extreme. You can't be finish working at 6 a.m. and then going in early because your significant other is going to have a problem with that.
Well, I'll say this because there's somebody in my life that I would like to be able to spend my time with, and they don't make the time. And you have to make the time for that person if that person is special enough for you. So then if you're not making the time for the person, then they feel like maybe I'm not.
No, because if they working to gain things to give that person what they think they deserve, you can't say that.
If you are asking that person for once a month to make sure you put some time aside once a month for me, and they can't do it,
then we need to be adults and stop playing these love games and what we think the fairy tale book tell us. Baby, listen, I'm feeling neglected. I think we need to sit down and talk about once a week.
I think you have to have a healthy balance.
No, it should be just that easy, baby. We ain't been seeing each other. I feel like I ain't getting no time. We should sit down and talk about spending at least 10 hours a week together, and that cancels it. That cancels it right out there. That way she ain't feeling like
works till like 6 a.m. in the morning.
So somebody should sit down and tell him, baby, can we go out every Tuesday, or can we do the Tuesday movie thing at night, or can we get in the bed at 10 o'clock on Tuesday?
If a person wants to be with you, they will be with you.
They'll do it. They'll say, yeah, we can get in the bed at 10 o'clock on Tuesday nights.
Yep. Hey, Shelly, I see that you joined, Mama. How you doing?
Hey, Shelly.
All right, so we got to encourage time apart. We did that already. Appreciate your differences.
This is my thing. I think that when you...
I like to drink, you don't like to drink.
Yeah, but you have to...
Because you enjoy me when I drink. And this is...
Well, I like that. You have to enjoy the differences and enjoy faults. That's what I was just talking about the other day. When you love somebody, you love everything about them. Faults and all.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you farted in your sleep the other night.
No, I don't like that.
Wait a second, they can't help it, Sunshine.
I don't care. I know that I might do it in my sleep as well, but that stinks.
Oh, you can't smell it if you're asleep.
If I'm asleep, no.
Mr. Producer, do you mind if your significant other farts in his sleep?
Yeah, when it stink.
You are sleeping.
If you don't smell it,
sometimes it wake your ass up out your sleep.
Yep, sometimes it will wake you up.
They need a laxative or something if it's waking you up while you're sleeping. Y'all are a mess. If the person is sleeping,
light-skinned people join together.
If the person is sleeping, they don't know that something has came out.
Excuse me, but
no, but some of them
conversation that I had with Coco Janelle back in the day, that she would be waking up out of her sleep because somebody done passed gas in their sleep, and her behind has been hot with them.
You know what it is?
They didn't know what they was doing.
You know what it is? She's the passer now. She's the gasser and the passer.
She is the one that's doing the air sleep. Anyway, she was like, "Do you believe that this man done passed gas in his sleep?" And I can't stand him. What? He didn't know he did it, Sunshine.
You putting me out there like that. I remember that too. Yeah, I was totally disgusted. I have to admit.
And he did it more than once. He know that he doing it in his sleep. Ain't that what you said?
I do.
He know he doing it in his sleep.
I took total offense. You're right.
And she was mad.
I was.
I can't stand him.
Oh my God, because he stunk so bad.
He stinks so bad.
Yeah.
I want to throw up.
All that food all up in there.
Anyway. He know what he's doing. I know he's
over
there. I know he's over there under the cover laughing at me right now.
I did feel like that. Okay, you're right.
But anyway.
Well, listen, some people don't know and some people do it on purpose.
Listen, I've been waking up out my sleep. I'm sorry. Sunshine do pass gas in her sleep.
Everybody does.
And I don't know that it smells bad because I don't smell it because I'm asleep. But it's been like this. You stink! What?
Smell like burnt frozen vegetables.
It smells like sunshine.
There you go.
It smells like sunshine. Anyway.
And Coco Janelle smell like chocolate.
Oh my God! yourself. Where are we at one time? Oh, we doing good.
Yeah.
Get to know yourself. So again, if you don't know what you don't like, if you know what you don't like, if you know what you're willing to put up with or not put up with,
You know what you want.
don't put up with the disrespect. Period. With a T. Period.
And it's so hard because I think that when you were talking about
What's a lie, Mr. Joe? What's a lie?
Oh God, Mr. Joe said we was lying.
He said it's a damn lie.
Oh no, Mr. Joe.
What,
why?
Mr. Joe?
Why?
Anyway, until you respond, we're going to continue talking.
My thing is this: I think that sometimes that just like overall it happens so like subtly. They just, oh my baby, you would never do that.
Mm-hmm.
So then when it's faced with it, it's just like, wait a second, and then your response is like mine, and I have to continuously refer back to my previous marriage. It just comes out all in at once. So it was like, you know what I mean?
What?
I'm not like a cusser, like F you, F this. I'm tired of your fat black ass. Like I couldn't bring it in.
Don't make me choke.
No, but I had warned ahead of time that I'm a Scorpio at the end of the day. I can't bring it in. Like, don't take me.
Oh, he said smelling like sunshine. And do! No, just like sunshine and chocolate.
There you go. I had tried to warn. Like, don't take me there because I can't bring this back.
Yeah.
So then
I think that's what most people, like, if you take them to a certain level of anger, men and women, because I think that men and women both will try to rein it in on a person, even though they might be being disrespectful. If you love that person a lot, you might say, you know what, I'm going to just chill because I don't want to hurt this person's feelings.
After it starts to show.
But
then,
after a certain point, you get to where you snap out, unfortunately.
And that's what happened to me. And then before I knew it, like, the person was really shocked. He was like, I can't believe you got like that. And he even told he even went to my dad and was like, you know, your princess is
cussing.
Has a mouth like a sailor.
Yeah, she
but
did.
My dad,
I knew that she had it beforehand.
But you know something? You know what my dad said to him? What did you say to my princess?
Exactly. To make her go out of character.
Right. So I'm glad that he already knew because no, I don't just, but I had already warned you. Don't talk to me like that because I'm not going to be able to bring this back. I turn into a different person. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
because recently, Coco told me that I turned into Fifi.
Girl. Yes, honey. And that's what I had to tell her. I said, honey, they don't know Fifi. They don't know Fifi.
Listen. That's because I was being nice.
This is a whole different ball game now. And you know something? I'm happy that sometimes divorce, and I hate to say it, because there's positives and negatives to everything. That's something that my grandmother told me. Sometimes that brings that out in the best of you. And my thing is this. I don't look at divorce as a bad thing because I look at it as just because me and you weren't right together.
You might be right for somebody else.
Yes, and I belong with somebody else too.
Exactly.
It's a lid for every pot.
A whole lid for every pot.
Hey.
So, guess what? We are getting close to the end of our show. Do you believe that hour went so fast?
So fast.
We had so much fun. We enjoyed our time. We love our listeners and those who have joined us today.
And thank you so much because we have a whole fan club at 45th Street Pub, Route 130. Thank y'all. We'll be there in a little while to get our wings.
Yes.
I don't we'll eat that.
I'm gonna eat every last one of mine.
Listen, they be so
to be ate up.
Yes, but it'd be so good, but I would get so full so fast.
And when they got shrimp and they got other little appetizers and they got meals that are good too. Their French fries at 45th Street Pub fries are really good as well.
Yes.
So we have a good time when we go there. The owner is actually looking forward to seeing more of our listeners come out. So
and listen, we do. Me and you,
out.
just a side note, we have to plan the questions for
our website.
Our app.
We're putting it together. Our app
the producer asked me about that. Okay.
We're in trouble because we are late with it. Sorry, y'all. But our app is most definitely getting together.
And somebody's already asked me because they want to be a part of it. So
they want to be a part of it.
They want to join the app. They're trying to find somebody.
Sunshine is too. But anyway, I digress.
Sunshine has a couple of suitors.
No, she don't.
Yes, she does.
No, she don't.
Stop.
Don't listen to Coco, because Sunshine don't.
Yes, she do.
No, I don't.
Yes, she do.
All right, so hold on. Derek Gosha? Hey,
Gosha.
Coco, finally caught you. Too bad it's at the end.
Hey,
Gosha.
Derek. I know Derek Gosha. I grew up with him. Hey, baby.
Hi, Derek.
We grew up together. Listen,
I'm glad you joined. He talked about it even though it's at the end.
Yes, and me and his sister Tawanda used to get into some trouble together. We used to always be skipping out and doing things we weren't supposed to do. And this is when we were young.
Let me find out that Coco was trouble back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Not trouble. We used to be going to other neighborhoods and just getting food and talking to guys. That's it.
Foodie, even back in the day, y'all.
I was.
Foodie, even back in the day.
Because different cheesesteaks taste differently in different neighborhoods.
You're
so.
right about that. Because the cheesesteaks in Philly are way different than the cheesesteaks in Chester.
Really?
Yes. Because we don't put cheese whiz on ours, y'all.
Ooh.
No.
Travesty. Why
I
not?
remember when I first had a cheesesteak with cheese whiz on it. It's not good to me. It's not good.
Oh my God.
It don't need cheese whiz on
Yes,
the
it do.
cheesesteak. No.
Listen. And
Just put some American cheese on it. That's all you need.
Listen,
It melts in perfect.
my favorite cheesesteak comes from Pagano's with the ultimate cheesesteak, cheese whiz,
Well, we'll
American
get Philly
cheese,
the cheese
provolone.
We'll get Philly the cheesesteaks, but we all know that the hoagie originated in Chester.
I never heard that.
Yes.
Never heard that.
Deacon Stanzas, look it up. It's online.
I never heard that.
It is the truth. Deacon Stanzas. Hey, Deacon Stanzas. Anyway, just so you know, I will show you online. When we
You
get
just
to,
show me that. I never knew that originated in...
The hoagie originated in Chester.
I never heard that.
Yes,
I always thought
ma'am.
it originated in
No,
Italy.
that's the cheesesteak.
No, I said in Italy.
No.
Italy? With all the good meats.
I bet you if you go to Italy, you will not find any
If
Italian meat that's sliced off like a hoagie.
I swear I will. I'm going to find it. Or I'm going to tell them to make it.
Thank you, Mr. Joe. You are right. We use real cheese on our cheese sticks.
You use real cheese and cheese whiz. Cheese whiz, American cheese, and provolone.
Cheese whiz is not real cheese.
Yes, it's called the ultimate cheesesteak.
Yes, on 3rd Street, Mr. Joe. That's where Deacon Stanza started. Yep.
On Ogons Avenue in Philadelphia.
That's where the cheesesteak started. I said the hoagie.
Pagano's.
Anyway. All right, so our ending quote for today, with regards to respect and disrespect, to keep in line with our topic for tonight. The more chances you give someone, the less respect they'll start to have for you. They'll begin to ignore the standards that you have set because they'll know another chance is always to be given. They're not afraid to lose you because they know no matter what, you won't walk away. They get comfortable with depending on your forgiveness. Never let a person get comfortable with disrespecting you. Drop the mic. So, don't let anybody disrespect you. If you're not comfortable in the relationship that you are in, you can easily get up and walk away. Even if your feelings are involved, it might take a little bit of time.
And hurt.
And it's going to hurt you. It might hurt that person, but you can't worry about that person's hurt. You have to worry about your own self. Be selfish for a minute. Be selfish for a minute. It's nothing wrong with it. You're worth it.
I agree. Well, you know that you can meet us at 45th Street Pub, Route 130.
We're going to get some wings, and we might get some fries with those wings, maybe. Or we might get
dipping in some cheese.
Or what? Some cheese sticks. Oh, we've been getting the cheesesteak wraps.
Rolls. Oh, my God, they're so good.
Man, oh, man, the Chevys.
Woo!
Anyway, I am Sunshine.
I'm Coco Janelle.
We thank you so much. We love you for joining us. Hubba hubba.
Hubba hubba.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.